Oh, wait, I should be deleting the quest first. BK and AB Mentee and Chiron. Let's do Mentee first. For FPG, I need to find a way to finish all of those.啊，是啊，没错啊，没办法啊，因为我只有这个时间能上啊，平常上不了的。我已经好几天没刷槽啦，现在只有这个时间可以刷，因为其他时间都有人在帮我刷。What? Why go Goblin Coin? 啊！ PB and PKN. Do chambers. Wait, this is drop robot coin. Never FD Jade. This is so sad. Hello, hello. Well, I think majority of the people will throw away the GGC. Like, I mean, like, not like if you don't have any gold, but like for people who are like at least LB 16 clear or something, majority of them will just throw away the GGC because it takes too much time to finish it, and then it doesn't really give that much gold for it. Because to be honest, even if you keep it in the inventory, I won't do it. Doesn't really matter. If it's like a year before, where a few thousand gold is still a lot, then yes. But now, like, everything takes like millions for stuff, such as like there's a plus 12 minos in the TH that's like 1.8 M. Then you look at the few thousand gold that takes like 10 minutes for you to do. Not really worth it. And it's not like getting the few thousand gold will allow you to buy stuff also. That's what I will say. It's a bit wasteful, yes, but then I don't really have the time to do it too. Got cancelled that way? That's weird. Well, it's like afternoon for me. It's around like 2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. for me. I think recently I'll always be grinding at this time period because I hire people to do my nest for me at the other times so that I can farm whole day. Oh, nice! More attack jades. That's good. Although I don't really need them right now since I already finished everything. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. for me, so it's not really 6 a.m. Rather, the usual time you see me stream, that's like 4 a.m. for me. It's only 2 p.m. now, at my side. Okay, 2 p.m. Why throw away GGC? Because it's not worth doing for me. Like, I think majority of the endgame players will throw away the GGC also. Like either you put it in your inventory and let it expire, or you just throw it away. Like either way, it usually works like that. Don't get me wrong though. Like, if it's like 5 years ago, I'm still willing to do the GDC. Oh, not really 5 years ago. I think GDC was in TDN since like 3 years ago. Yeah, if it's like 3 or 4 years ago, I'm still willing to do it. But now that there's like no reason to do it anymore. It doesn't give a lot of money, a lot of gold. I'd rather spend the time doing more general quests than doing GGC, to be honest. Yeah, I already explained. Like, if you ask me, I will say that I think they really should increase the amount of gold you can get from GGC, so that like people want to do it. I'll say the gold rate, the gold amount of gold you get from there is pretty outdated. Oh, what the fuck? I'm not planning to do that, but okay. Because you see, like, the amount of gold they request for stuff like VD accessories, the hammer itself is like 150k. That you just imagine like how many GDC you need to do to afford like one hammer. Just think about it, and then you'll see that like why they should probably at least buff the amount a bit. Thank you. What do I think about Smasher? I'll say a pretty good class. Like, definitely like one of the strongest class right now, if not the strongest in combat. Like, not in STG. STG, she is not that good because she doesn't have double debuff. But if you see Smasher in combat, you will see that the class is really strong because she got burst, which is always like she got some burst damage, which is always like one of the best DPS type you will want in the current patch, especially with Beyond the Time lowering the CD of Spectrum Shower. In general, I would just say it's a pretty OP class, especially sorry for using especially again, but I'll say if you look at the animation of Spectrum Shower BMJ, it's really good because it got the iframe at the cast. The iframe is pretty long also, I think around like almost 1 second, if not more. As long as you don't cancel it. You can also get out of the animation fast if you use Spectrum Shower Instant right after it. So generally I would say the class is pretty OP. But a problem with the class is that after I think after the VJ patch, a month later, they will nerf Beyond Time, so the burst is a bit nerfed, which makes the class not as strong as before in terms of combat, but in theory it should be about the same as before, but the fact that the burst is forward means that she's not as good as before in combat. I'll say you can see it as they are trying to force BMJ Smasher user to go into BJ Smasher, but then the BJ got several problems with it, such as like it's not a burst skill anymore. I didn't apply the debuff. And then the animation of BJ is pretty bad, as in the AoE is small. It's not as big as the BMJ, there's no iframe out cast. Also, it's a low CD skill, so you are expected to use it like 24/7. Then, there's also a bug when if you chain like 2 9-tail lasers together, you will do some damage because the animation being too fast, so there will be some hit loss. something like that. So generally, I'll say she's not a bad class, but then if you look at the nerf and stuff, you're probably better off going into a class that's OP in the VJ era. For example, Impactor or Black Mara. Like those two classes are very strong VJ classes that haven't get nerfed. And for Impactor case, she got buffed, so I'll say if you are looking for a strong class, go for Impactor or Black Mara. Both of them have like very good DPS environment, with Black Mara having like full iframe, and then Impactor having the HP recovering from intense shock. Oh, why today's so much attack? That's interesting. Okay, let me just return the quest first. Actually, I'm quite excited for the VJ patch. Like, a lot of new classes will be able to play, like playable, such as Impactor. And I'm very curious of like how much damage could a good geared Impactor do. Also interested in like how much damage can the VJ Black Mara do. I also want to try BP. There's like a lot of classes that I want to try. Please. Okay, at least there's like one nest. I need to buy Nappy also. No problem. I'll say for Smasher, you can wait and see if ED ever changes the hitbox of the skill, or they change the how the animation work. Because the double 9-tail laser cast losing hits is actually a pretty big bug. I don't know why they don't fix it. Probably they don't even know that it happens. But if they fix it, then it will be slightly better. But it's still harder to use than BMJ Smasher, just because the AoE being small. Right, for the GGC again? It's not worth doing because the amount of gold and the amount of time you need to spend. Like, amount of gold you get is around like 5k to 7k if you don't have the Abundance Talisman. Then the run itself is like 5 minutes or so. But like for that time, I can do 2 more nests. Since I'm rushing FTG, I wouldn't really want to do it. And then Defensio isn't really a very good class for doing BGC. Like, if I'm a Smasher, I really don't mind doing it, but I'm a Defensio. The Wave Clear isn't as good as Smasher with the mirror. Like, out of all the people I know, the only one that really do GEC I know is like Undead. He does it because the Smasher have the mirror, so he can just put the mirror in AFK. All the other friends I know never do GGC. Even if they are free to play, they don't really do it. Like, not all classes are good for doing GGC, is what I'll say. Why didn't I teleport? Did the portal bug again? Yes, it did. Any collection point? No? Okay. I think after this I will just do avian spam. Well, probably just do avian spam. I'll just hit do avian until like I get requests for other places. Something like that should be better. Yes, 162% plate is slightly better than the CD plate. It's not a big difference, but it's still slightly better by a little bit. I'll say you can use that. But ideally you should get a 200% plate if possible. If not, the 162 plate performs similar to the CD plate. The only good thing about the 162 is that you don't really need to your rotation can be more flexible since you have more time to cast other skills. Then again, the increase from CD plate is based on the idea that you need to cast all your skill on time. You couldn't like, I want to cast my skill later. If you don't cast your skill on time, the increase from the CD plate will not be as big as the 162 plate. Since the 162 plate, if you are using a plus 15 Jade, it's directly 25% boost for the skill. If you are not using a plus 15 Jade, then 162 plate is way stronger than the CD plate. That's what I can say. Because of like how the system works in the end. So yes, it's worth to use. As long as you are not using a plus 15 Jade, it's way stronger than the CD plate. If you are using the plus 15 Jade, it's about the same, stronger by a little bit. Jade board damage, I'll say it's probably asking for, like you see, for example, my Jade. The board damage, I think most people will be referring to this line of attack 200% of beatdown EX. It will not be referring to the 15 enhancement. By board damage, I think it's asking for like how much the skill percentage does without accounting in other stuff, like just the plan damage does. So for beatdown case, 200% of beatdown EX means that you look at beatdown EX, it sits that 200% additional attack of beatdown 4845, so it will be 4845 times 3 then times 2. That will be the board damage of beatdown. This is because I'm using a +1 plate for beatdown, but for level 21 beatdown, the board damage of beatdown EX is 14025. If you use the J, it will become 28050 for beatdown. So that, I think that's what most people mean by Jade skill board damage. Not really sure like where this terminology comes from. So for me that's usually just mean that what I said just now. It's just that without looking at the enhancement, without looking at everything else, without looking at the skill plates, without looking at the Jade enhancement, what does your plus 0 skill does. Like how much damage does it do. Yeah. When will she get the BJ patch? Next patch? Which should be on December 8th for our server. Which is very soon. Along with the St. Haven Refrade and the Vibrant Plates. Okay, no problem. It's actually easier to understand if I type it out, but I'm a bit lazy to switch screens to not screens but switch windows to type out stuff, since I'm kind of in a rush to finish my nest. Still have like so much FTG to finish. Okay, oh, that's unlucky. Like, both of those are dungeons. That's okay. Let me just reset. Well, on the good side, I'm getting a lot of attack Jades today, which is good, I guess. But I really prefer if I can get FTJs, since I don't even have like one FTJ drop, despite farming so much on my main. But it's okay. It's actually not okay, but I can't really do anything about it. And I shouldn't complain since I got a lot of attack Jades today. 8 minutes.
Ah, I remember the 6 heroes used to store their things here. Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Now the thing that worries me most is that how much money I need to spend to click my VJs up to 15. Since that is like one of the most annoying parts for the new patch for me. Yeah. And previously, like most of my Jade enhancement doesn't really go too well. Like most of the 14 to 15 cost me like 100 clicks or more. That's like super expensive, but like I still need to make it to 15 anyways. But how I wish that it goes like the end goes easy on me, and then I can just get to 15 in like a few clicks. That would be so good. Although it's like super unlikely. Hello. But just the idea of like need to click another 15 VJ is making me annoyed. Good that I only need to click like one class. It's not like I need to click multiple classes. Originally, I might need to do it for Irina also, but since I didn't get a good plate for her, so it's not needed. You can sell both of them. It's the same item. There's no difference, but I'll say usually, like from experience back in BJ and BMJ, usually at the first month, buying from Cash Shop actually gives you cheaper high purity core than buying from TH or from players, because too many people are rushing for the Jade. So it's likely that it's cheaper for you to buy from Cash Shop. That's usually the case. Might be different this time because most people will be doing dungeons instead of nests, but it's hard to say. Oh, did I reset the quest? Yes, I did. That's good. Well, I think I still need to do like 3 to 4 runs before my quests are reset. Hopefully I get more gen so I can save some money from the Plastone. No problem, no problem. Oh, yes, another attack Jade. That's nice. I usually answer like all the questions I see in chat as long as like there's not too much people spamming. If there's a lot of people spamming, then I won't be able to do it. But the good part about streaming at this hour is that there won't be too much people watching, so it will be easier for me to respond to all questions. Otherwise, at the normal hours, usually I will get around like 60 viewers or so at peak. Sometimes if I'm doing some event, then it will be like 80 to 90. But then, like that, it will be very hard for me to answer all questions. But for now, I can give like more detailed answer to most of the questions because there's not much people watching anyways. I really wish I can get the Legend Constellation Stone also. Like all my friends got it already. Only me didn't get it, but it's also because that I don't really farm that much as before too. Legit, the Beyond the Wall hitbox is just garbage. I was literally beside the boss and I still miss. It might be my pin or it just might be the skill being like this always. But yeah. Like this is the reason why I said that if you're playing as a tanking defensio, using the VJ will be better. VJ as in the FMJ as some people prefer, Beyond the Wall one, since you won't need to do the grabbing action. Most of the time the grabbing action miss, and then you won't get the Beyond the Wall EX effect on the boss, which is pretty bad for tanks, since you are like you can't reduce the attack for bosses, and you can't hit the skill. It's not really that you miss, but it's just that the skill is buggy, so the hitbox is weird. Okay, I think still we could do like 1 or 2 more hits. I'll just do Manticore. Hopefully the reset will give me general quest. Even SDN or miss is fine, as long as it's a general quest I will do. Oh, I'm almost done. This feels so long. For me to get enough to click plus 16 attack Jade. I feel like the beatdown instant just now bugged. Looks like it, because the damage didn't go out, although the animation is out. That's a bit weird. This character still have 4 more runs. 4 more runs, then I can do my PP. Should actually farm for my other characters though, but so lazy. Let's see. Okay, Guardian Nest. Good. Ali's 1 nest. Delayed. So, it's like it is Wednesday, 2 p.m. right now. Vancouver, Canada. Should be 2 p.m. right? Yeah, 2 p.m. What are my thoughts on VP now? I'll say it's a pretty good class. Like, damage-wise, she won't be the strongest, but you need to know, like, all the other classes competing with her in her buff category isn't very strong also. Like, for example, all the archer class in the Lancia class, there's no class that's super strong, unlike, Black Mara in the Sorcerer and Machina classes. There's, like, no classes that's super strong in that category, which is good for the class, as in almost all classes are viable. I'll even say that VP is probably one of the strongest out of the classes, although the difference is small. But then the fact that VP is easy to play, very fast paced and fun. There's also a lot of utility on the skill. There's debuff removal, there's self heal, there's damage reduction, there's tons of iframe, there's block, like there's just too much good skill kits for the class. That's why I'll say VP is pretty good right now. Like her damage won't be as good as the BJ Mara, but the fact that she's still one of the strongest DPS and her buff makes her very OP. Also, she's like I think one of the easiest to play with the highest DPS out of the buff class. For Lancia and Archer buff, she's rather easy. Hello, my day is good. Yeah, the usual stream time that people should be seeing me streaming is actually right now, but sometimes when I have raids, I do raid streams, which will be like 6 a.m., 4 a.m. for me. So that's the time that you shouldn't be seeing me doing nests and stuff. But recently, since I'm rushing the Jades on some of my characters, I need to farm myself at this timing to make sure that my account have people doing nests 24/7. Yes, there's one collection point. For VP, I would say the recent changes are very OP. Like if you see the new disassembler, the new fatalism, the new lonely cloud, all of them are very big changes, like very good changes. It's very, I would say, rare to me to see like EV actually making good changes for the class that's not directly damage boost. It's like an animation change. Very surprising for me that they are still able to make good animation changes for the class and knowing like what the class really needs. Yeah, I will say that the VP playstyle right now is so good that I actually want to play one myself if possible. But due to the fact that it's too expensive to make characters right now, I won't be able to play. But if I have the chance, I will play one. Like she's the classes that I think is most fun to play right now for me. Mara will be one of the strongest class on BJ since she is the only one that didn't get any nerf and don't have any bugs on the BJ. She is not only good, she is the strongest class. Since all the other competitors either got nerfed or isn't strong enough or have bugs. Cause you see Satyr VJ, everyone said it's strong, the class got nerfed. Babby VJ, everyone said it's strong, got nerfed. BP got bugs, so the class isn't that good. Then Impactor, it's not as strong as Mara at the starting point, so even with the buff, she can't match with Mara DPS. So that's why Mara is the strongest right now out in the BJ classes. And by strongest, she's like about, I'll say, 2 times stronger than Defensio and 2 times stronger than most of the BMJ classes due to how the class works. Almost 2 times stronger. At least like 1.5 times stronger. Like 50% stronger, I would say at least. Just cause like how OP the BJ is. Oh, Guardian again. Okay. 2 minutes. I will just do one more Guardian. Then go back. But do know that Mara VJ is harder to use than BMJ. The VJ playstyle requires you to have like very fast APM, and you need to know like what you are doing with the class. You will have significant DPS difference if you are not familiar with the class. Like, you need to know how to get in and out of transform as fast as possible, as soon as possible, and as efficient as possible. If you cannot do it, your DPS will be significantly lower than those that are good at the class. It makes Mara a bit harder than before because the BMJ is very easy to play. Like, most people can learn BMJ Mara in like 1 week or so. The VJ one is way harder because there's a lot of small details that you focus on. So, yeah. So the class will not seem as OP as usual because most people won't be able to play her properly. But for people that knows how to play the class, will be very OP just because of the potential of the class. Okay, it's there. Yeah, the Gladiator nerf is very big for VJ. I'll say he's still good DPS, but if you want to compare to pre-nerf, it's uncomparable. It's around like 30 to 40% nerf on the DPS for the class in general, if not 50%. It's like a super big nerf for the class, but then it's still a good class. The damage is still higher than the BMJ. Even with the nerf. So I'll say don't worry too much. They didn't nerf the class to dead ass what they did to Lina, so it's still fine. BMJ versus BJ on Avalanche. I'll say most of the sources I see about that says that the two perform similar. So if you are rich, you can try the BJ, see if it's better. If you are not that rich, if you are on a budget, just go with BMJ because BMJ is really cheap now. Like, you can get like plus 14 BMJ for Avalanche in C for like 1.2 M or so. It's really cheap. So I'll say if you really want to play Avalanche, go for BMJ since it's cheaper, like way cheaper than BJ. There's not much difference for the two J's is what I heard. Maybe a very small playstyle difference, but the board damage and CD ratio is about the same. So it's not as a big change for classes like Avalanche. I'll say even BP needs to change the VJ more than Ava, just because Fatalism actually have like CD plates and stuff, so it's better. But yeah. If you are rich, then for sure you can change whatever J you want. If you are not rich, just go for BMJ since it's cheaper. And then perform similar also, so there's no need to do it. What? Where's my... Did the journey got cancelled? Blade Dancer, from what I see, from one of the top Blade Dancer players in CDN, he said that the VJ performs similar to the BMJ. The class is actually buff at the VJ patch due to ED changing how the cooldown calculation is done for the class mastery. like there's some turning points or something bubble system for Blade Dancer where you can reduce cooldown. They changed the cooldown system, so it's a buff for the Dancer class, for Spirit Dancer and Blade Dancer. Oh, perfect. Professor K again. Okay, the VJ, I'll say, isn't as good as the BMJ because you need to constantly hit the boss, which will be very hard outside of STG. The BMJ itself isn't really that good also because of the animation, but then even considering those two, the BD player in CDN said that it should be around the same DPS as SD in STG, but outside of STG, SD will still win just because the animation of Abolisher is better. What time in Canada now? It's around 2:41 p.m. on Wednesday. What's better for defense on side or devotion? I'll say, since we all know that the Patrona revamp is coming soon, you should be waiting for that before changing anything. For myself, I'm doing the same also. Generally, devotion is better, but if the boss moves too much, insight is better. But then you really should wait for them to announce the Patrona revamp, because they might buff Taunting Blow. Which, if that's the case, insight will be better. Like, we never know if they will buff it or no. But from what I see in the data mine, it seems that they are going to give like more stuff boosting the Taunting Blow marks and stuff. So yeah, I'll say it's a good idea to wait. Don't need to rush, since it's not a very big DPS difference for the parts. And generally the DPS of the two isn't very big difference, so either is fine, but better if you wait. Oh no, it's going to do that, yes. It's a weird though. Oh, thank you. For Raven, majority of people I see is that they still recommend the BMJ because the VJ is very buggy and it's very size dependent, plus the AoE is small. That's why. So you can just stay with BMJ since it's cheaper, and also that the VJ isn't that good. Like, I would say unless you have a 200% on rake, otherwise it's better for you to just stick with the BMJ. That's the majority of comments I see in CDN. I only build, like, usually you see me hiding all the IGNs and guild together because I find it very annoying to have them on. It's also annoying for people to keep on asking me, like, where's your guild and stuff, but it's fine. I recommend BD or Gladiator. I'll say if you're just looking damage only, Glad would be better. But if you are looking for a fun gameplay, then it will be BD. Because after the CM nerf, Gladi isn't as fun to play as before. Like, you will run out of skill pretty fast, you are forced to take like Moonlord skills because you run out of skill too fast. There's no more like CD reset on the other skills also, so I really don't recommend for you to go Gladi if you want a fun gameplay, because it's not fun anymore. It's not as fun as before. This is what I'll say. BD is still fun because there's a lot of cooldown reset stuff in there. You never run out of skill as BD. For Gladi, it's very easy to run out of skills after the nerf, and generally the gameplay looks garbage. The damage is good, but the gameplay itself looks garbage because you will run out of skill. End up you are just waiting the CD for a line drive to deal damage. Other times you are just walking around because all your skills are in CD. But if you are going damage wide, that is okay. But if you are looking for better gameplay, I will suggest go BD. Although the damage between the two classes shouldn't be too far apart, just that BD is a bit harder to play because she still have the CD reset CM on her. So you are required to hit stuff like Squall Flaker accurately and all the other CD reset skills. I forgot. I only remember Squall Flaker. I don't remember other skills. What BJ I think is strongest for the warrior class? I'll say still the line drive BMJ. Line drive BJ. Line drive, the one is still the strongest. Reason is that it has a very, very high core damage, so even after the nerf, Gladi is still good. But just that it's not as fun to play as before. Although there's a lot of good VJs, like the DA BJ is also good, the Destroyer BJ is also good. Barbarian BJ, I don't play Barbarian, there's not much people testing on it, but I suppose it's still better than the BMJ. But I'm not sure. Because there's like not much people playing the class in I'll say CDN. So there's not much comparison on it also. But for Moonlord, the BJ isn't as good because the CD being too low, and the casting animation looks very garbage. Like, yes, it will do higher damage in STG, but outside of STG, not really recommend to use it. Because generally, you will want to. God, it just fly away. You will want to have a skill Jade that's longer CD that do higher damage rather than a skill Jade with low CD and do moderate damage. Is what I'll say. Because how the game works now is that since the boss will always be running away or do max, if you are using low CD skills as your main damage source, you will lose a lot of your damage when the boss flies away or do max, so that you cannot DPS. For long CD skills, since the CD is too long, usually if you use the skill before the mech, your skill will be up just after the mech ends. So it's not as big of a DPS increase for those kind of classes. But granted, there's pros and cons for the high and low CD skills. Main stuff is like bar max. If you are playing a class with like high CD skills, you won't be able to break the bar if you cast the skill right before the bar mech. Especially if your skill CD is like 20 seconds or so. But for low CD class, breaking the bar mech or clearing waves is pretty easy. But yeah. I'll say for Buster, if you like the class, it's always viable. But then you need to know that what other classes you are competing with. If you look at the Sorcerer and Machina classes, Sorceress and Machina classes, you are competing against like big DPS like Impactor or Black Mara. And to be honest, the BJ of Buster doesn't make the class OP. It just makes the class from no DPS to having like moderate DPS. It's not very OP. Like a lot of people hype for Buster, but if you look at more videos on Buster, such as the ones that I posted in my Discord group, you can see that the class isn't OP. It's just that if you are geared enough, you can do anything. Strongest to weakest, glad BJ. Then I think I actually don't know about the rest since I don't play warrior, but I'll say for the BJ, glad is the strongest out of the all 5. Because there's not much comparison on the other classes, and the fact that Moonlord BJ isn't really performing that well in combat, it's very hard to think. Hello? BMBJ. What do I think about BMBJ? Mara BJ is very OP, but the thing with Mara BJ is that you are required to input way more skills, and you are required to do more like micromanagement on your bubbles and some like more intense like transform going out of transform going into transform stuff, so that it's harder to play with BJ Mara, but it has a very high like DPS if you play it properly. If you didn't play it properly, then it would be around the same as BMJ Mara. So generally, I would say the Jade is a very good Jade, since it works pretty well with the class, and the design is really good. And then it makes a very big difference between piloting skills, which a lot of people like to talk about it right now. If you want piloting skill difference, look for BJ Mara. BJ Mara is very, very heavily based on whether you know the class enough and whether you are able to do the rotation properly, whether you are going to whether you are able to go in and out of transform like very fast, and if you know how to collect bubble efficiently and stuff like that. That's BJ Mara for you, but it's not very newbie friendly because of BJ being dependent on transforming in and transforming out a lot. I'll say if you are new to Mara, go for BMJ first, since BMJ can do decent damage even if you are new to the class. So yeah. Which lowly class I think is fun to play? I will say Shooting Star. I really like the Shooting Star revamp from last year. It looks super fun. Oh, Frontier Breakthrough. Okay, I'll just do that before I change. Blue Raven territory. I think the new raid mechanic is also fun, but the fact that they made it so that the class doesn't work well with the skill Jade, it makes the class garbage. Yeah, I like Shooting Star the most because the class is very flexible. Like, there's a lot of canceling skills. She's very mobile compared to before. She looks very fun. Her ulti got iframe. Like, basically got what you want for a class. There's also double debuff for the class, so yeah. I would say Shooting Star is one of the best lowly class I can think of, since she looks very fun to play. I'll play BP again. Actually, I'm already playing BP right now. Just that I haven't started gearing him that much. Okay, let's go 15. Originally I'm not planning to gear him also, but my raid party said that, oh, it would be nice if we can have a assassin and cleric buff in our Blossom team. Then I was like, okay. I'm the only one that plays cleric and assassin in our Blossom team, so yeah. I probably need to gear the BP up, since they want to have more buffs in our Blossom runs. So yeah, no choice. Don't take me wrong though, I do enjoy playing BP, as long as it doesn't bug. But then gearing it up is very expensive. Like, if my raid team didn't ask me to do it, I probably won't gear it up as much. I probably just go with a plus 10 Jade and call it a day. Hello. I hate all in class. No, I actually like in class, but my account isn't suitable for playing in class. Abba's good. Yeah, Abba's still good. I think either Jade is fine. If you are rich, you can go for a BJ. If you are not that rich, BMJ should perform fine. Like, I don't really play the class, so I can't tell you that which one is better. But then I think majority of the comments I see on both Jade is that they perform similarly. So you can just go with whatever you want. It's not a very big difference, so most people just stay with BMJ. Hello. Yeah, it's an early stream. Actually, not that early. This is the time that I should be streaming, though. He walks so far away. Saint go for VJ for sure. VJ is definitely better. Like, it's no doubt that the VJ is better in wave clearing and stuff. So I would suggest you, if possible, go BJ. If you are on a tight budget, then you can stay with BJ. The BMJ is garbage, so don't use that. But BJ is definitely worth to play with. Yeah. The wave clearing is good, the range is good, the cast is faster than usual. It's a very good utility Jade because they made the class way faster and make the AoE of the Holy Flux way bigger than before. So yeah, you should go with Saint VJ, if possible. Granted, it will be very expensive at the beginning. Okay. Wow, I get an FD one. And it's 12%, it's not bad. A bit useless though. Let me disassemble the defense Jade, no problem. I hope they can give like more uses to the hero Sprigger later. I legit have so much of them, but it's kind of useless. And I'm done with my main. Well, Inquisitor changed to BJ. If you want some improvement on your DPS, yes. If you are okay with the BMJ damage, then no, you don't need to change. it's a very, very small increase. It's not very noticeable, so I don't think we really need to change. But if you want more damage for an increase, you must change anyways.
창고는 파란님의 보물고만큼 튼튼하다고.
Why defense will lose aggro? Most common reason is the player didn't aggro on time. Defensive skills usually have longer animation, which makes it harder to maintain aggro if the player doesn't prioritize on it. Should you sell your BMJ? If you are sure that you are going to play Inqui for the rest of your life, then yeah, you should sell it. Because eventually you will need to change to the new Jade. The new Jade is better as it has CD plate, and then the damage is not reliant on one hit, so there's less RNG. Also, it's slightly higher damage than Detonate also, so I would say, yeah, probably should change, but then again, you don't need to rush it. BMJ, but I suggest you go Raven. Like most of the defensive tanks I see that have aggro issues is that they didn't aggro on time. At least for my case, I only lose aggro when I didn't provoke. I never lose aggro when I have my provoke. Unless like the boss doesn't take provoke, in that case other tanks will lose the aggro too, if the DPS is too high from the other DPSs. So it really doesn't matter if if you are playing defensive or no. As long as you provoke on time and you make sure that your provoke always lands and stuff, then you should be fine. But Maven Rake, but BMJ better. Yes, for Saints the BJ is better. Aggro issues, not really. Really, for that map, it doesn't take provoke. Should you switch main? Depends on you. Saint, the BJ is better. Physician, BMJ better in clearing dungeons. This BMJ.
Your items will be safe here.
I think I should clean the storage right now, since I'm pretty sure those plates are garbage now. Won't be using them anymore, so that I can have more space for my other stuff. This is also garbage. Let's see, it should be fine. Tapestries. Why the fuck is there a goblin coin there? Okay.
You shall have the best storage here.
My BD isn't a top popular class because Kali. Should I keep this or should I delete it? But it needs to do a B13 though. Then this is kind of garbage also. Never mind, I'll just delete it.
This is the historic St. Haven storage.
Oh, wait, I don't need this one. Probably need this and this and this. This, and I'm done. Those stuff. Okay.
You shall have the best storage here.
Okay, ABN and Guardian. I think I do ABN first. Generally, people don't like to play Kali because of dark skin. It's common, like it's really common in multiple servers. They don't want, like, people don't play Kali because it's dark skin. That's why you see a lower player base for Kali even before the skill J patch, and even back when Kali is OP. Like, no one really wants to play the class. Just because it's dark skin, so not everyone like it. Majority of the people, like even in TWDN, which is the Dragoness Taiwan server, they don't play Kali just because of the skin being dark. Yeah. Can't say for everyone, but that's like the most common reason I see for people not playing the class. If you say today that it's another class such as Sorcerer or Archer, probably will see more people playing. I'm not joking. Thanks for a subscription. Which mount is better? I will prefer Dragon. Like, there's legit a lot of people asking for it, and you can see a Q&A on this issue from EB saying that we won't give a white skin option for Kali because the class is meant to have that skin color. But the fact that people even ask for it, you know that there's a lot of people that doesn't play the class just because she is not white skin. Don't get me wrong though, I do play Kali. I even plan to gear an Oracle Elder before, and I have a BB in my account. I really like the class, but then I end up not playing it because I have I don't have the gears for the class is the thing. No idea. Maybe no change on mount yet. Usually for like C cash items, they get cash items after NA gets it. Like usually we are like 1 or 2 months behind NA in terms of cash items such as the Ill Grade Pets or the mounts. What? What the fuck? They pay 500 Mounties out one time. What is this? Should be doing OB11, I think, based on the speed. BP is so weak though. There's a lot of other BPs that can be my rival. This won't be Seizano. He's not playing BP for a long time. He's not even competing for BP back in STG1. So yeah. You need to know that for current patch, if you want to make a character competitive, you will need to farm on it for a long time because of the vibrant. It's impossible. It's possible for you to build subs. hopefully that's enough explanation. But then again, I'm not really building it for STG. I'm building it because my rating asked me to change to BP at Blossoms. Not that I really want to play him. I'm also not really interested to play him. And to be honest, the only reason that I even bother to play BP right now is because I have 9 boxes of old willpower on this character that I cannot transfer to my main. So if I really want to use those old willpowers that I saved since like 2 years ago, I would need to build him up. You know, I'm the lowest DPS here. Like, they are asking for Sit and clear it buck for a long time, to be honest. Like, end of the day, I clear those classes because they ask for blossoms. 200% play can't do much. As long as you're out of the mana, it's like garbage. Next TG probably will win, but in combat, I confirm will not win. Better than BMJ. Oh, fucking hell. I legit hate VP. Not really. Which class is the strongest in the BJ meta instead of SBD a good DPS? yeah, just play BM. If you really want to talk about like which class is the strongest, then you are more like a meta slave. If you're a meta slave, then you shouldn't be asking if this class is good. You should just ask like which class is the strongest. Otherwise, you are not going to have a fun time anyways. I didn't pull, I buy it from TH. My luck isn't good. I pull a lot, but I never get it. Not yet. Since I think there should be more balancing. PK and NT. Yes, I think this will be at least. Binding shot is like pretty good board damage. Like the board damage is not that bad, but if you want to compare to Mara, cannot compare at all. Like most classes are garbage compared to Mara, is the thing. Best DPS right now, Raven, Jade, BJ Patch, BP. Yeah, still crit reliant, but it's way better. Just because the damage is higher. That's why it's way better. Okay. Raven is still good. Class is strong. It's not like the class is weak. It's pretty strong, I'll say. PKN. 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 Like I will say, BMJ Raven is really good because he got like all the stuff you want. That self healing. There's also 5 seconds iframe like Ripper. Class is like middle range instead of fully melee ranged. Skills are easy to land in general. There's also a lot of iframe everywhere. There's a lot of mobility. So yeah, it's a really good class is what I can say. But if you are expecting like super high DPS, no. The only class that is in that category will be Black Mara with VJ. The difference between the class with other classes is very big. But again, for Mara VJ, being a good having enough knowledge of the class is really important. You won't do DPS as a Mara if you don't have enough knowledge on the class. Hello. VJ released December 8th. Did the action speed too fast that I couldn't pencil with big price of time? One MEOB. I feel like the server today is so laggy that I can't even tumble in time. Or is it that the assassin tumble is always delayed a bit? Because I'm pretty sure if I'm playing defensive, I should be able to tumble that in time. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter, it's only 11 only. What the? I'm just like 1 foot in the area and then Oh no, it's like the thing I don't really like about BP is the class is pretty slow. Like a lot of his skills are slow. The ending action takes forever to end, and you can't really walk out of it. You need to tumble. Tempest. For that, I think they probably. You should just go do like STG or do Nest yourself and see like whether the hero skill have higher percentage or the charging skill have higher percentage to decide. Okay, that's annoying. Hello, hello. Can one person? Oh, nice. We even get attack Jades at LB 11. Okay. Is this still worth to buy at 3 plates? I'll say no. Say no unless you pay. Oh, that sucks. Why? Only one nest. How does this look? So garbage. It's okay. I got a lot of attack Jades just now. 2 actually, but still a lot. Should probably just take out the golden inside. If you are playing a lot of subs, you can still buy FD plates. If you are not playing a lot of subs, you should just go with the new plates, because the new plates are significantly better. So yeah. Thought they should have like more gold, but okay. Yeah. Almost 2 pages.
Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Hello there. Take your time. These days, my fingers hurt when it gets cold.
Hello, hello. Gigantus. Okay, let's go. Okay, I give you an F. Is Inqui too OP? I don't really think so. Like, so far I never see an Inqui with like DPS that would impress me. Oh, there's even Compass here. What? I thought I jumped on time. Not jump behind you. I thought I tumbled on time. Was Vaporize on CD just now? Oh, I thought I brought Vaporize CD and this should be no. Your record. You won't have any record on STG or anywhere else if you don't do the content. Is it hard to understand? Are for free players. You can get it as a free-to-play player if you are able to win top 1 for the class in STG. Hello, Indonesian viewer. Welcome to the stream. Nothing much since I'm probably just finishing the FTG and then go eat some afternoon tea, I'll say. I'm so not used to like bosses being able to cancel all my skills. Because this is not an issue for defense though. It's an issue for BP though. No. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you understand since you're asking like, oh, why doesn't he appear in other classes? Security, what is this? I think weapon better. How long have I been playing Japanese? 5 years. He can change every week. You tell me what's the purpose of doing STG? Fun? Then do it yourself. Why do you expect people to think fun? It's really annoying. Since every time I got people asking this question. And to be honest, you should stop asking when I said that they changed class to wash record already. It's as simple as that. They want to change classes. They're right. Why do people expect me to know everyone in the game? This is also something that's annoying me a lot. I won't ban, but it's just annoying. Just please be considerate, okay? It's not fun having like people asking you about like other people. Yeah, the pet name is very cute. I always use this pet name though. Depends on what content you want to do though. What content you want to do. A lot of fun in game. Huge stream rabbit. It's a. I think it's a cat though. If you're referring to the bongo cat. But the thing with Ian. Recess still not done. The thing about solo farming is that you need to wait for the gem board missions for a long time. Just kill me already. Let's see. Okay, good. Oh no, Gigantus again. Why? Any idea other fast farming? I think next patch CID would be fine. So probably rolling wall. I think should be around Jan or December for the patch. Should be soon. Sorry for typing too much, because I feel like if I talk, it's a bit hard for me to choose the right words to say. Yeah. But it's fine since I type fast. Okay, let's go. Another round of Gigantus. Then I need to do TK earn. I think I can call it a day. Probably end stream. Yeah. Well, it took a long time for me to make my typing so fast. Maybe the fact that I need to reply on stream fast is one of the reasons why it's so fast now. Really? Well, I'll need practice though. Because at the beginning my English type isn't that fast also. at some point when you type enough, you'll just remember like what letters are beside what letters, and all of it is by muscle memories, so it will become very fast. Another thing is that generally it's easier for me to think about what I type, like what I'm going to say if I type it out rather than speaking it. Because when I'm talking about stuff, it's a bit hard for me to choose the right words and say it out. It's kind of weird. It's probably because I don't talk that much. Most of the time, since I play online games a lot before, back when there's not much voice chat and stuff, and I don't feel comfortable to talk in voice chat back then, I have a very fast typing speed to make up for it. Actually, it shouldn't be like that though, because for streaming, it's easier for the streamer to talk to reply rather than typing to reply. Doesn't really work out that well if you want to type to reply. Since even if I type fast, I still need to switch windows to do it. So I cannot focus on the gameplay and type at the same time. I actually should stop doing that. I should try to reply by talking more. Like, I'm only able to type to reply right now is because I'm doing solo nest, so no one's waiting for me. It's fine. But while I'm raiding or while I'm nesting with someone else, it's very hard for me to talk. I mean, like, type and reply. It's easier for me to talk, but then when I'm talking, it's hard for me to concentrate on the gameplay also. I haven't get used to it yet. Since, to be honest, I didn't stream that much. What's this? Talking rubbish all the time. Well, it's hard for them to, like I said, talk and play at the same time. It's like too much work. If you type to reply, it's easier for you to give a more constructed reply, at least for me. But then the thing is that it's very hard for you to concentrate on the gameplay if you do that also. Generally, it's more interesting if the streamer is talking. And, but it's really hard. It's like really hard for you to talk about interesting topic and get the audience continue to watch you or listen to you talk. And then sometimes it's a bit dry also for you to just talk by yourself with not much people replying, since a lot of people just open the stream to listen to you. Then it's hard for you to find a topic. And then sometimes if you talk too much into a topic, people won't like it also. So I would say it's really confusing to do that. And then I'm always having a bad time on like replying comments while I'm talking when I'm nesting or raiding, because sometimes I will kind of lost focus of what I'm talking about and whether if I talk enough for the topic or no. Yeah. Well, over dramatic will be easier to attract viewers, so it is like understandable. Then if you think about it again, it's more like everyone is just looking at you, listening to you talk, while you're by yourself in a small room with a computer with you, and you talking to yourself. And if your family or whoever that lives with you, your roommate, walks by, they will think that you are probably cuckoo. Why are you talking to yourself and stuff? Why are you laughing? Why are you something like that? Like, if you see streamers being overly dramatic, it's usually because they don't know like what to talk about or how to get the audience attention and stuff. Thank you. Hopefully you like the stream. Sorry for not showing too much gameplay since I'm always replying the comments. But yeah. And another thing I don't like about streaming that much is that sometimes like it's really hard for you to give a good reply. And then at least for myself, I don't really like to ignore my viewers. So sometimes even if the question I don't like it, I will still reply. And when I'm replying questions that I don't like, usually you can sense it that I don't really like the question. But then since I usually reply to all questions, so I will still reply even if I don't like it. Like, I really don't like people asking me about other people. I also don't like people asking me about classes that I don't play, because I don't really know what's going on for their class. If you ask classes that I played before or have some experience on, then it's fine. But then if you're asking me like, oh, how's the Moon Lord Jade and stuff, I don't like it, because I will need to do a lot of extra research on different forums just to answer your question. But usually I will do it anyways, but then it's just still a lot of extra work. I do it because that I know people will ask me the question. It's not because I really like to do it, like read on forums and stuff. But it's just that I know my viewers will ask me this question. 200% in strike, worth it. Congrats. Well, every streamer is unique though. Some people doesn't like my stream that much because sometimes I got too focused on one topic and then I get too carried away and then I'm not having exactly the best attitude to reply to people. Yeah, the research play is super good. I will love it if I can get it on my characters, on my Ripper at least. Yeah, like most classes without the skill Jade is like garbage now. Even for Defensio or like other classes that are strong before the Jade patch, without the Jade and with the Jade is like two different classes. Like you can see that BP is a strong class, but I don't really do damage now because my Jade is garbage. Like I'm using Dream Jade now, so I don't do damage. However, this will be changed when there's VJ, because now most of the damage is based on one skill. Okay, 6 minutes. Let me just craft stuff, and then I can see if I got people. Yeah, you see, even slow Kai find it annoying. It's not only me. Like we got so many questions asking about other players. It's like really annoying. But yeah, I can understand like why people want to ask. But to be honest, the best way is always like for you to ask the person himself. If they don't give any answer, it's likely that we won't know also. since it's not like we are their mom. They have like they need to update what they are doing to us every 24 hours 7. It's not like that. Like in the end, we don't know each other IRL. We only contact through Dragon Nest or just through Discord, and most of the time people don't really reply to their Discord that much. But yeah, I'll say streaming generally is pretty fun and also pretty annoying because you won't really always get the question you want. And actually, majority of the stream that I see with a lot of people watching usually just ignore questions that they don't want to answer. For me, like it's either I ignore all questions or I answer all questions for me. So you can see that in comments I don't really reply to people that much anymore because I feel like it's unfair for me to just pick which comment I want to reply. I don't really like that, so I'd rather just ignore all of the comments instead of replying to like 1 or 2 comments that I want to reply. Granted, I want to reply to all comments, but it's too much work since I got a lot of comments. Although you can see that recently the amount of comments I get is not as much as usual, not as much as last year because I stopped replying comments since July. But yeah, it saved me a lot of time because just replying to all the comments will take me too much time to do it. So instead of that, I ask people to ask me questions in the Discord group so that I will reply there. Usually when I see it, I will reply if it's not solved already. It's easier to contact me on Discord. And the YouTube commenting system isn't really that easy for me to search comments also. I really feel bad back then when I reply all the comments that sometimes the notification didn't come out. I won't be able to reply the question. And I really feel bad for people who needs to wait like 2 weeks or so for the reply because I didn't check notifications. But yeah. So now I just rather just don't answer all comments so that people will know that you should ask me in Discord or ask me on stream to get replies. But then the thing with asking on stream is that I won't really get the question that I want to reply to, and then people sometimes are too shy to ask on stream. Sometimes they want to ask in Discord instead. But yeah, it's fine. It's always fine for you to do whatever you want. But if you have questions, easiest way to talk to me with a detailed reply is on Discord. I'm glad that my viewers support me, although I'm not having the best attitude. But then again, if you think about it, no one paid me to do this, and the pay isn't really that nice, even though I have donation and stuff up, so that you see me stream more often right now. But then, like, if you see like those big streamers, even they have like attitudes. When they are like getting so much pay from it, they still have attitudes, like shit attitudes sometimes. It's normal for me, who's not getting that much pay, to have some attitude and to reply badly when I don't feel too good in replying or I feel annoyed. So yeah, I'm very sorry for the viewers that got replied rudely by me, but then you need to understand that even the bigger streamers have like sometimes shitty attitudes. So yeah, I'm a small one and I didn't get paid enough to do it, so of course I'm not going to have some good attitude to like everyone. But yeah. Granted, for me, I really prefer to answer all questions if possible, but yeah. there's stuff that I like to answer and stuff that I don't like to answer. And then sometimes I'm not qualified to answer the question, then stuff like that. But yeah. Dark Crystal for enhancing Vibrant Jades. Yeah. Sometimes some questions look literally like troll questions because you got people that asked it like 10 minutes ago, and then you got another one that asked it 10 minutes after the same question. Especially like stuff like which Jade should Abba use? Should Abba use BMJ or should Abba use VJ? Or should Moonlord use VJ or BMJ? Should Inqui use BMJ or VJ? Like, I feel a bit annoyed, but I can understand like why people want to ask because they want some opinions from players that are more experienced in the game. So I'm okay to answer them. But the thing is that I'm not actually that experienced in the class itself. So for me to answer that question, I need to see a lot of posts and see a lot of testing on the Jade. And it's really hard for me to answer those questions, but I still do research for it so that I can answer everyone. Can I have my Discord? I can give you my Discord. Well, it's fine. You don't need to support me, but it's just that you need to know that I'm doing this for my interest. So don't expect me to have like super good attitude to everyone's questions, since I think at least I still have the option to be rude when I want to. But yeah. Don't expect me to be like always nice to people, since I'm not really that type. No problem, no problem. You don't need to donate me if you don't want to, or if not really if you don't want to, but if you can't, since to be honest, all the donation I used to are used to like fund my DN stuff. Then again, the current meta, like the current spending on DN is just too much. Like even if I get a lot of donations, it wouldn't be able to support me too much. Like I still need to use a lot of my own money to continue maintain my gears and stuff in the end. Just look at the EOD stuff. Like the EOD bar is just there for memes, but then you can see that how hard it is to play in the Dragoness right now because of they made like the end game gear so expensive. It wasn't like this 2 years ago when I just came to see, but now it's like this. Like I really don't like it, but then there's no choice since I'm still playing the game, and I can understand that they want to
These days,
milk the players more because the game is dying. Not really dying, but that you can see that not really everyone plays the game anymore. There's no. Okay, there's still one general quest. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. That's the most of the questions I get. It's really annoying, but I still need to answer them. Exactly. Oh, I really like my audience since like a lot of people supports me, and then most of them help me a lot compared to like what I expected, because I was ready to have like more people hating me and then trying to confront me on stream just because that I'm being very aggressive sometimes, which is not really what you should do as a streamer. But then I like I said, I stream for fun. I didn't stream for getting people's attention and stuff. I stream because I like it. But yeah. Okay, so much stuff. Yes. It applies on instant also. The fact that it applies on instant also makes like it the like one of the biggest boosts possible on insight for all classes. Like Avalanche get a super big boost from changing to insight just because of the fact that it also applies to instant. It's like it works like Goddess, so that's why it works. Okay. Let me just change another character, no problem. Take the star. But funny enough that most of my viewers are nice to me, even if I reply rudely. Yeah, like a lot of people are asking because they don't really know. Since you need to know that most people that play Dragoness play it for fun. They don't really know like what's happening in the game. So they are really lazy to research on what happens, like how the system works and how something works like that. So it will be normal for them to ask questions like that. The thing about the DJ and BMJ and also VJ thing is that it makes the game way easier compared to before. So that whales are more inclined to invest in more since they can see a big damage difference. We got a lot of people who like to flex their DPS and then even find me to go run with them just to fight DPS with me. But you need to know that DN now is all about gears. It's not really about the piloting skills or something due to the BMJ. It's even more evident at high-end gameplay because everyone's having 15 Jade, and then what makes the difference is not really whether you have a better piloting, it's whether just you do higher base damage. Hello. Like before the DJ and BMJ, it's very hard for you to imagine that people will spend like 3k SGD just for a weapon, because we don't really have like that much whales that are willing to spend that much in the game because they don't see a big difference, and then the game is still too hard for them because previously filler skills are very important, and you don't really have like one skill that does like 50% or 80% of the damage. That's when piloting skills are important. So you can see like huge DPS difference between a whale player that doesn't know how to play the class and a normal player that knows how to play his class. Now, with the 15 BMJ and all the Goddess play, Goddess helmet issue, you can't really see a difference anymore. Because in the end, you can see that everything is just, AFK, just use the BMJ skill, don't even bother to use the other skills because they don't even do damage. Something like that. Hello. I still play? Yeah, kind of. I really miss the old era where there's no BMJ and BJ involved and everyone's gears are similar. Back then, you can talk to me about piloting skills, I will believe it, because it's really a big difference. But now, I don't really think there's a big difference between piloting skills and stuff. Like, I will say the game itself becomes boring, yeah, because of the DJ and BMJ stuff. But then it's also good that it's easier for you to learn the class now compared to before, since they made everything easy. I'll say in the old days, every class is hard. There's no class that's easy. Even if you are very geared, it's still hard to play those classes. Am I a... See, people just ask not to ask like whether I'm female or male, something like that. Yet you see people still asking about it. Let me check whether if I have enough. Actually, do I have those time limited FP pots? Mystic one. I remember I have FTG pots though. FTG pots, no, this is the garbage stuff. Oh yes, this one. Oh, glad that you like it. Like, there's nothing much that I'm showing now. Because just nest hunting is just boring in general. It's more of me talking around. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Should I wait? Probably yes. Since I can't really go to TKN now. Okay. Let me close the screen capture for a while because I'm going to buy FTG pots. Sorry, let me buy FTG pot first. I really don't want to show you guys how much CC I have on me now. Focus on biology to clear damage. If you are planning to do contents over LB15 in future, what the fuck? Why didn't the purchase complete? Okay, screen is back. Give me a. Why is there 2 dungeon cuts on the same place and no gen for nests? What's this? I just want a gen that's not TK and Chiron, so I don't need to walk everywhere. Why no gen? What's this? Okay. I guess I'll just do one run without gen so I can teleport to TKN. If you want to do higher contents, you will need to master MDEF and PDEF also. For most classes, doing that will be hard. Option for attack is to have defense or MDEF. Ideally, you should get CTP from attack gates, and then leave the fake slots for adjusting. It is a better idea for you. Fun fact, I did play Inquiry before, but that's like very long ago. That's when COGs are not there yet, and that's before the Inquiry event. So technically, you cannot say that I can't comment on Inquiry because I never played the class. I actually did. But if you're asking whether if I'm familiar with the class right now, not really, because I'm back when I played Inquiry. It's a very long time ago. I also played Crusader before, and that's after they did the revamp on it, so I still have some idea of how the class works right now. I'll say I know how to play majority of the cleric class. I won't be the best, but I have a raw idea of how they work. Not the new Inquiry though, because I think they changed a lot of stuff compared to before. I was playing back when Consecration was a thing. Granted, people say the new version is easier, but I haven't read the skills yet, so I don't really know. Yeah. I was playing back when Consecration is still a big thing for the class. That's like super long ago. But generally, I play all 5 cleric class for a while. be honest, the skill tree didn't change the gameplay of a lot of classes. Most classes still have about the same gameplay. It's just that they prior on the skill tree more than before. Skill Jade skill more than before. Like, I can say that the BP gameplay didn't change much also. It's just still the transform reset. But then you just focus on the Jade skill more than the other ones. Okay. Bye-bye. Have fun on your online class. Why it'll be 11? Because I'm lazy. I think if you are lacking but for the class dates, leave it at +10. Oh really? I don't know. I heard that it's like not as hard to play as before, because before if the boss runs away you can't do any DPS. Yeah. I'm using DJ. My DJ does more damage, but I don't have the goddess for it, so I'm using Evil Torture Goddess. But I will say the gameplay is still about the same as before. Since even if you're using BNJ or DJ, you will still cast Evil Torture in your rotation, because it's still one of the best damaging skills for the class. Oh, +0. Yeah, +0 will be weaker than Lethal Torture. But it doesn't matter though. Even if +10, you will still need to use Lethal Torture since the other skills are not that good. Oh! This is a Constellation Stone! I remember. Ta-da! Good, I finish it before it teleports away. I don't have the red constellation yet. It's it. We're farming gold and that's hunt easy. BP Insight. I never get the red constellation yet, sadly. I don't need it on the BP, but I still want to get it. I think Devotion is also usable, but then generally, if you are fighting like dragon-sized bosses, inside will be better. What? Thought I'm far away now. Good morning, good morning. Let's see if I reroll to an Elysian quest. If no, then I'll just end the stream. Cause I want to eat something now. You guys will probably be able to see me streaming at about the same timing tomorrow, since I will only be online like this at this time. I don't play the class. That's generally how you decide which one is better. Oh wait. What? Just runs away like that. Why the big price doesn't work though? Is it because the accuracy didn't do fast? That's weird. yes, another attack Jade. Exactly what I need. Okay, let me go back and refresh Board Quest. Generally, Devotion and Insight doesn't give a very big damage boost, so I will say you don't really need to get it. In my opinion, it's not needed. In fact, in some cases it might be worse because you cannot sell your Minos anymore after Devotion or Inciting it. Okay, that's good. Yay! Can I ask people to do it with me today? That's the first time for me to get a push crystal cluster. Okay, that's good. Since it's 9 a.m. and my pilot should be playing my account soon, so I will probably offline right now. Yeah, that's probably will be the case. Ah, so nice. Look, so many Jades. 30 here, 35, 40, 45, 50, 54 attack
You
speeds.
shall have the best storage here.
But I'm still very far from finishing though. Because one Jade, I think you need 90 dust, so I can't even make 1 to plus 15 right now. But then I only started farming for less than a week, so it's still okay. But yeah. Let me see what time is it right here. Should be like almost 5 p.m. Almost 5 p.m. here. Yeah, okay. I think in future my streams will always be around this time, since I'm trying to force farm my BP Jade right now. So the normal time will usually be my pilot's farming for me, so that I can farm when it's midnight myself, and I get like extra few hours of farming. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Maybe then. See ya. Okay, any last questions? If not, then I'm going to close the stream and go find some stuff to eat right now, since I want to eat something sweet. Okay. Thank you. See ya. Thanks for watching.